Crystal's Yoga here. Welcome back to another class. Today we're going to be focusing on a functional hip movement. So aside from yoga, I also have an office desk job and my hips have been a little tight. So I thought this would be a great opportunity to guide you through a hip mobility movement. So when you're ready, let's get going. So for today's flow, we want to make sure that we have a lot of space at the front and the back of our mat. So if you're against a wall, just maybe making a little bit more space. So let's start at the top of our mat. From your standing position, we're going to go ahead and step back with the left foot. So both of our feet are in what I would like to say is a pyramid pose. So both feet facing forward. We're going to bend the back knee, reaching the arms back, chest reaches forward. You can start to flex your right ankle and then take an inhale, reach your arms up, and we're just going to hold this here for a breath, and then we'll step to the top of the mat. Moving to the other side, step back with the right foot, feet are in a pyramid, bend your right knee, and if you want to go ahead right away, flex that left ankle, arms reach back, and then we'll sweep them forward, holding for a breath. And then step to the top of the mat. So 2 more times, both sides. Step back with the left foot. Right away, bend the knee. Sweep your arms up. Right ankle flex. Sweep your arms forward. Step to the top of the mat. Right foot reaches back. Right away, we flex the left ankle. Reach the arms forward. And step to the top of the mat. This last one, we'll keep our arms reaching back. Again, we're bending the left knee, straightening our right leg, flex the ankles, stick your chest forward, sit a little deeper, take a breath, and then reach the arms up. We'll hold this one for a couple more breaths. And then step to the top of the mat. Last time through the right side. Right foot steps back. We flex the left ankle, hips sink low, heart reaches forward. And then arms reach up. Take a couple of breaths here. And then step to the top of the mat. We're going to move through a few vinyasas here. So inhale, reach your arms all the way up. Exhale, fold. Halfway lift, so hands can come to the shins or the earth, and then step back to your plank. And we'll lower down. You can use the knees if you like to, low plank. Find a back bend, cobra, so tops of the feet press, hands into the earth, and then push back into your first downward facing dog. Option here to bend the knees, sway the hips, pedal it out, open up the back body. Maybe you want to bounce the chest. And then we'll gaze forward, high up onto our heels. You can tiptoe or a big step. If you're ready to hop, you can hop to the top of your mat. Hands can come to the shins again. Flatten your back, look up, fold. Inhale, we stand tall, reach up. And then as you exhale, release your hands to your side body. Take an inhale. Exhale, hands heart center. Good. Inhale, reach up, a little bit of a back bend. And then fold. Again, halfway lift. So this is your Ardha Uttanasana. Peek up. Hands to the earth. Step back to plank. This time if you want to take a full plank, a full chaturanga, lower down to a hover. Uncurl those toes. Take a back bend again, tops of the feet press, hands into the earth, and down dog. Okay. Let's do 2 more, a little bit quicker. High up onto the heels, gaze forward to the top of the mat, halfway lift, fold. Stand tall, reach up, inhale. Exhale, release your arms out to the side. Take an inhale. Hands heart center. Good. Inhale, take a back bend. Exhale, fold. Halfway lift, peek up, hands to your shin or earth. Bring your hands to the earth. Move through your flow, Vinyasa, Chaturanga. Inhale, back bend. Push back. Down dog. Okay. So let's make our way to the top of the mat. Again, halfway lift. Fold. Stand tall. Exhale, release your hands out to the side. And then from here, we're going to move into our standing half staff pose. So you can take an inhale, reaching your arms straight up. We'll shift the weight into the right foot, lifting up the left leg. So you can certainly have the knee bent, or you can start to extend the heel forward, holding this here, reaching up, grounding deeply into your right foot. And then we're going to move into this shin box. So we'll take our left foot behind. We're going to place the shin onto the earth and come to sit. And we're going to try to do this without using our hands at all. Pick up the right foot, swing it behind you. So you're in this sort of deer pose. Windshield wiper the feet. And then we turn to the back of the mat. Then from here, we pick up the left foot, swing it forward, and what we're going to do is we're going to stand onto this left foot, coming into half staff on the other side with the right leg extended. So press, come all the way up, extending the right foot. Reach the arms up, belly pulls in, grounding deep through the left foot, and then we'll reverse it. Bring your right leg behind you, place the shin onto the earth, sit the hips down. Pick up your left foot, swing it behind you. Without using your hands, we windshield wiper back to the front of the mat. Pick up your right foot, place it in front of you, and we're going to stand tall onto this right foot, extending the left leg forward. Good, holding this one for a couple of breaths. And then what we'll do is we'll step back with the left foot into a pyramid and come right up to your tippy toes. So you're reaching high to the ceiling, balancing here, high up onto the tippy toes. And then you can go ahead and release the heels and fold forward. So we're folding with straight legs over this extended right leg. Bow deeply. If you want to swing the hips side to side, kind of opening up into the hips and hamstring. Good. And then we're going to go ahead and pivot to the back of the mat. So turn to your left. Keep turning, turning, turning. And now our left leg is straight and our right foot is behind us. Same idea, pyramid. We're just folding over this extended left leg. Again, if you want to sway those hips side to side. From here, we'll gaze forward. We're going to shift all the weight into the left foot, moving into your half moon or your Ardha Chandrasana. So your left hand can come to a block or to the mat as you float the right leg up. And then bring the right hand to the hip, or you can certainly reach the hand up. So flexing that lifted leg's ankle and start to turn those lifted toes towards the ceiling, rotating open to the right side of your mat. Pull your right shoulder back. Good. So from here, we're going to land into an Anjaneyasana or a low lunge. So you can bring both hands to the earth. Simply step back with the right foot. Right knee comes to the earth. Good. Hands can come to the hips, and then we just sink the hips really, really low. And it's okay if this right knee comes ahead of the ankle, but if you want, you can certainly scooch the foot forward or send the right knee back, magnetizing the hips down. Good. So if you have this really long lunge here, we'll pull this left foot back so the lunge isn't too long. We're going to open up to a wide squat to the right. So you can go ahead and open up. So it's really low. So it's somewhere between a Malasana yogi squat and a goddess pose. Good. And then we'll continue to pivot to the front of the mat. Here's where it gets tricky. We're going to start to sit back over this left foot, extending our right foot. So it looks like a pistol squat. You can even come into this pistol squat hover. And then we sit the hips down. We have our right leg extended. and our left sole of the foot on the mat. And then we just start to pull this leg towards us. It might not look like this for you. Could look something like this, and that's okay. If you want to drop the forehead towards the knee, and then we'll release the foot, and we're going to come into our boat pose, Navasana. So hands can be behind the thighs for support with knees bent, or you can straighten the legs, reaching the arms up, lift your chest, get really proud and tall here with the spine. And then if you want to work through a jump through with your Vinyasa, that's an option here. So we're going to make our way into our down dog. If you want to cross at the ankles, plant your hands and do a little jump back. That can be fun. Back bend. You can have your toes uncurled in that one. I had my toes curled under, but it really depends on your body. If that feels really tight and if you're feeling some stickiness into the low back, I would recommend always having the toes uncurled. So from our down dog, we'll gaze forward and make our way to the top of the mat. Good. Inhale, stand tall, sweep the arms up. And exhale, release them to the side. So we're going to move through the same sort of sequence, but we'll shift into the opposite leg starting. So half staff, we reach our arms up. We're going to ground into the left foot, and you're going to send your right foot forward, or again, you can have the knee bent, or you can extend the heel forward. Reach the arms up, ground deeply into that standing foot. And then we step back into the shin box. So our right foot comes behind us and we sit the hips down. Pick up your left foot, swing it behind you. So it looks like you're in this deer pose. And then we windshield wiper the feet to the back of the mat. Pick up your right foot, place it in front of your left shin, stand onto your right foot, extending left leg into the air. Reach the arms up, 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 up. And then reverse it. Left shin comes behind you. Sit down. Right foot swings. Windshield wiper. This time we pick up our left leg, bring it forward, and we stand onto the left leg, reaching our right leg up and our arms extending to the ceiling. Holding this one here for our breath. And then pyramid on our tippy toes. So we have our chest squared to the front of the mat, reaching up high, engaging through the soles of the feet. Heels melt and we fold. Pyramid. Good. And again, lots of options here. You can simply fold. You can place your hands on a block or the shin, if you can reach the earth. It's where we start to really melt into the mat. Maybe you want to start to walk your fingertips back towards the back of the mat. And then we're just going to keep pivoting, so turning to the right, all the way to face the opposite side of the mat. Folding over this extended right leg, perhaps the same options here with the arms. So if you can reach the mat with the hands and you feel like you have a lot of space, you can turn your fingertips backwards and start to walk them towards the back leg, the back foot. Good. Half moon. So we start to walk the fingertips forward. All the weight is going to be in this right leg as you float the left leg up. Right hand can support you. And left hand can come to the hip or reach it up to the sky. If you're reaching up, imagine like you're trying to touch the ceiling. Flexing that lifted leg's ankle and turn those toes. Rotate your hips open. Your entire being is open to this left side. Pull your left shoulder back. Good. And then we softly are going to land into that lunge. So maybe that's a big giant step back. Left foot and knee to the earth. And then we sort of sink our hips, magnetizing them. A little activation here can be pressing into the top of the back foot, the left foot. And you'll really feel your hips want to press forward and down. Okay, if we have this big, long, wide stance here, we're going to pull either the back knee forward or the front foot back. So we have a shorter lunge so that we can open up into this wide squat to the left. See if you can sink the hips low. Good. And then we keep turning. We do this little pivot to the back of the mat. Or I guess we're turning to the front of the mat. We're extending our left leg, and it looks like we're in a pistol squat. And maybe you can even find the balance here. And then we sit the hips down, extending the left leg. And then we just do our best to find a place on the back of that left leg or foot and draw it towards our front body. Maybe even bowing deeply. And then find your boat pose. So you can release that hand, extend both legs up. Proud chest, lift high. Maybe even start to squeeze your knees together. Good. And then we'll flow through this. Hands to the earth. You can step or jump back if you want to move through a flow, chaturanga. A little bit of a back bend. And down dog. Good. Okay, we make our way to the top of the mat. So we'll move through that flow one more time as we stand tall at the top of the mat. Exhale, release your arms open to the side. Inhale, reach your arms up. We shift the weight into the right foot. We're extending the left leg long. Heel lifts really high, higher than you think you can. Arms reach up. And then shin box, left shin behind you. Sit the hips down. Swing your right leg behind you. Right away we pivot through this windshield wiper. Left leg lifts. Place it in front of your right shin. And we stand on the left leg, extending your right heel and leg up. Arms reach, belly draws in. And reverse. Right foot down, hips down, left foot swings, windshield wiper, right foot to the top of the mat, stand tall all the way with the left heel lifted. Good. And then pyramid onto those tippy toes, arms reach, belly draws in. And then melt the heels, folding over. Yeah. Good. And then we'll keep pivoting towards the left, to the back of the mat. So your right foot is at the back, your left foot is forward, and you're folding forward. Okay, gaze forward, half moon. We're shifting all the weight into this left foot, float the right leg up. So we're turning our hips and our chest open to the right. Now, if you have a bind here and you want to take that, here's an option too. You can bend the top knee. Ooh. And reach back for the foot. Little tricky on carpet. And then if you have the bind, you can begin to kick into that extended foot. Good. And then we're going to release any binds. We're going to land back into our lunge. Sinking hips real low. Hands to the hips. Good. All right, again, shortening this lunge. And we'll open up to this wide squat again. Back toes are curled under, so we can pop up, open to the right, and then we keep pivoting to the top of the mat, to the front of the mat, extending our right leg, Coming to sit onto the left heel, and maybe even finding that pistol squat balance. Lift the right leg up, bow even deeper. Good. And then we'll just take a little bit of a pit stop here. So finding butterfly pose, so we can have a little bit of a wider diamond here rather than having the heels super close. We'll sort of have them a little bit farther away from the body, and then you can place your your elbows onto your knees, and you sort of guide the hips open as you reach the heart forward. So we're pressing our knees and hips down. Hands are clasped around the ankles with the thumbs facing up. Lead with your chin and chest. Good, and then we'll come all the way up. And then again, that option to do a little vinyasa jump through. So we rock and roll, cross the ankles, little jump back, uncurl those toes, heart lifts high, down dog. And to the top of the mat we go, gracefully. Good, big breath in, halfway lift, peek up, fold, stand tall all the way to the peak of your mountain. Stay here, release your arms out to the side, breathe out. Okay, so the last one here, reach your arms all the way up. We shift the weight into the left foot, and we're extending our right heel. Good. And this one we hold for a couple of breaths. And then shin box, right shin behind you. Set the hips down. Left foot swings behind. Windshield wiper. This time our right foot comes to the front. We're going to stand on this right leg. Extending left leg up. Left shin behind you. Sit the hips down. Right foot swings behind you. Windshield wiper to the front of the mat. Left foot forward. Stand onto your left foot. Extend your right leg into half staff. Reach up. We're holding this one for a couple of extra breaths. It's the last one. And tippy toe pyramid. Step back with the right foot. Reach up, belly draws in, super high on those tippy toes. And then melt them down, fold forward. And surrender here. Good, we'll keep pivoting to the back of the mat. Right foot is forward, left foot is behind us. Moving into that half moon, Ardha Chandrasana, this time with the bind, if that's in your practice. So as your right foot supports you and your left leg floats up, maybe this top hand reaches back for the ankle. Kicking the foot. Or if you're feeling strong and balanced, you can certainly float the bottom fingertips 1 inch off the earth. And then we land back softly into our low lunge so the hands can support you as you place your left foot and knee onto the earth with this really long low lunge. And again, option to press into the back foot and knee. And then we open up into this wide squat. So we'll shorten this lunge, curl the back toes under, and open up. Keep pivoting to the front of the mat. straighten your left leg. Come to sit onto the right heel. Maybe a little pistol squat balance. Didn't catch that one there. And then we're just gonna hold that left leg extended and start to draw the head to the knee. Okay, we'll come into butterfly again. This time we're gonna do our best to pull the heels a bit closer to the body. I'll turn this way so you can see. And then what I want you to do is take the hands and we're just gonna peel the soles of the feet open and up to the sky. And then folding forward. And again, you can certainly use the elbows onto the knees or the shins, guiding the hips open. Perhaps your hips are a little bit more open than this, and you can draw the knees right to the earth or the chin right towards the feet or the toes. Go for it. Good. Okay, so we'll come all the way up. I'm just gonna grab a sip of water and then we'll move on to some frog squat push-ups. So if you've never done these before, they're pretty fun. Do your best. So we'll come into a yogi squat or a malasana squat. So and I'll just show you here, wide on the mat. So what we're gonna do is from here, we'll start with our right hand planted. We'll bring our left hand behind our hip. And then you're gonna pick up your right leg, send it to the left side of your mat. And you're just gonna come all the way down to the earth, like a push-up. And then so our chest is squared to the earth, and then you're gonna push back up and land back into your yogi squat. Okay, so same thing, other side, our left hand plants, our right hand comes behind us. Pick up your left leg, bring it to the right side of the mat, and we're just gonna come all the way down. See if you can square your chest to the earth, and then push back up, land in your malasana yogi squat. We'll do one more on either side. Right hand plants, left hand behind you, right foot to the left side of the mat. Chest comes down, maybe even the chin taps. Strong arms, strong legs, brings you back to your squat. Last time, other side, left hand, right hand behind you. Extend your left leg. Whoop. Come all the way down with the chest. Strong arm, strong leg pushes you all the way back up. Yogi squat. Okay. Good. All right. Last little fun bit that we'll do is we'll go from our yogi squat into, we'll do like a little jump into our wide-legged forward fold. So I'll just show you, it looks something like this. We'll get our heart rate up with this. So we have our yogi squat. So feet aren't super wide, but wider than our hips. And we're gonna reach forward, and then I want you to plant your hands, kick up with the feet wide, and land wide. And then we jump them back together. Yogi squat. We'll go a little bit quicker. Reach forward, kick, land wide, jump together. Yogi squat. They're not easy, but do your best. They're pretty fun. Reach forward, kick, land wide, jump together. Hips come down. Two more. Reach, kick, land wide, feet together. Yogi squat. Last one. Reach, kick wide, land wide, feet together. Yogi squat. And then we'll come into a little mini shavasana. So coming to lay onto your back and extending the legs and arms. Feel that heart beating, sort of giving your body a moment to adjust and settle. Okay. So from here, bring the soles of the feet towards the body. We'll move into a little moving bridge. So heels are pretty close to the body. You should be able to come close to touching them, or you can maybe touch the heels with the fingertips. We're going to lift up the hips, reaching the arms overhead. Stay with the hips lifted and the arms reaching, squeezing through the thighs. And then release the hips down and arms come back to where you just had them. 2 more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, release. Good. 1 more, lift. And 1 more, release. Good. Okay. So we'll bring the knees into the chest. We'll take a little twist to close out the practice. So right hand can come to the knee. We're just going to guide our knees over to this left side of the body. Maybe you drop your head to the right. See if you can really glue your right shoulder down. Maybe even at the same time you're guiding your right knee towards the earth. Good, and then we come back to center. Oh, I have a little visitor here, Tofu. And then we'll shift the hips over to the right, allowing your left shoulder to get heavy. And again, maybe a little self-assist with the knees. Good. And then come back to center. If you want to take a few moments opening up into a traditional Shavasana, or if you want to get playful with something else in your practice, feel free to take that now. Otherwise, thanks for joining, and until next time, namaste.